was thinking?
Yeah, what were you thinking, man?
We go to such a beautiful campus.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Really can't get any better than this, I don't think.
I mean, there could be like a few things that could be a little bit better, I guess. Like, okay, what if we had a Chili's, like the restaurant, right here on Bowman Field?
Chili's.
How awesome would that be? Imagine you walk out of class, right? You have class in the business building, you walk right out. 5 minutes later, Triple Dipper on your table.
Chili's on Bowman.
Yeah, a Chili's, and you could put like a 7-Eleven next to it, maybe?
That would take forever to build.
Well, yeah, I mean, people might get a little annoyed, but I feel like the new parking garage would really make people
parking
happy.
Garage?
Yeah, like a 7-8 layer parking garage.
That's gonna ruin Clemson's image. When they think of it, they think of Death Valley, Bowman Field, Tillman Hall, not Bass Pro Shops and 7-Eleven.
You know, it's funny you mentioned Tillman. Because I've been thinking, what if we renovated Tillman? I'm thinking Burj Khalifa type height on this clock tower. I don't think it's big enough right now, personally. What do you think? And then you could put, like, maybe a Target right there, another 7-Eleven, and I don't know. So one of the things that colleges are always talking about these days is how they're always changing, you know, whether that means new policies, new programs, new majors, new food in the dining hall. You know, they're always changing. Now, one of the easiest ways to see something like this is with construction. I mean, it's everywhere in college campuses, right? But especially at Clemson lately, and that's what this project is about. Do we really need all these big, fancy construction projects, or is it just taking up too much time, money, and energy for the university when we could be doing other things? So right now I'm here at Clemson's Advanced Materials Innovation Complex, which is one of the many construction sites on Clemson's campus at the moment. Am I supposed to be here? Probably not, but I do have a hard hat on, so I'm fine. The construction around here is honestly really ugly, and I know it's gonna be like a beautiful building eventually, but you know, for the past year or so, we've had this giant, ugly construction site right next to Memorial Stadium. And it's not great. It's noisy, it disrupts the traffic, it's just not good. However, a good thing about construction is it actually employs a lot of people. You know, you need people to drive things like this massive machinery I'm in right now. And without construction, people wouldn't have jobs, and it's also great for the economy. As you can see, Clemson is home to one of the most beautiful campuses in the entire country. I mean, look at this. This is absolutely incredible. You know, it's a big reason why many people actually decide to come to Clemson, you know. There's a saying we have around here, and it goes like this: there really is something in these hills. Oh, I forgot. Unfortunately, it does seem that the thing that is in these hills right now is construction. So construction is necessary, yes, but it does look really ugly when it's actually going on. So right now I'm at one of my favorite spots on the entire campus, which is the reflection pond. I love to come here before or after an exam, after class, watching a sunset. It really is just a beautiful place on campus, and it's honestly one of the reasons I decided to go here in the first place. However, if I turn my camera a little bit, you can kind of see there's really not much of a reflection pond right now. But let's be honest, construction is completely necessary. So I'm here in the business building, which is without a doubt one of the nicest buildings on Clemson's entire campus. And let's be honest, it wasn't built in a day. Construction was very much necessary for completing this project, and without it, we wouldn't have nice buildings like this. Yes, construction is annoying, but when it's over, we can appreciate the incredible things it actually creates. Buildings like this can help increase student and employee morale, making everybody happier and more productive. So honestly, maybe construction is a good thing. I mean, we have all of these amazing buildings around us, and without construction, none of it would be there, and we honestly wouldn't have a very good college, would we? So here I am back. It's spring break right now, and I'm back in my hometown, which is Charleston, South Carolina, and I've noticed something that is quite interesting. The thing I've noticed is construction actually isn't limited to Clemson, and that's pretty obvious, but I feel like everywhere construction has been on the rise lately. I'm right here next to my house pretty much in what used to be a gigantic forest. Like, it was huge. And now what it is, and this is recently, like last summer when I was home, this wasn't here, but this is now a car dealership. So I just think it's very interesting that construction is absolutely everywhere, not just in Clemson, but it's taking over everywhere, and I think that's quite interesting. Hey man, I was just thinking about the conversation we had the other day out on Bowman Field about the new buildings that I proposed. You know, on one hand, it is very tempting to want amazing new structures like a Bass Pro Shops Pyramid. And, you know, obviously the Chili's Triple Dipper is an amazing advancement in human history. But on the other hand, you could say that we really don't need all of these things. You could call it unnecessary. But whether you think that, you know, buildings on campus are necessary or unnecessary, I hope we can agree on one thing. And that is that no matter what physical structures we have here on campus, we have each other. And you know what? That's all that matters. We need people at this university that we can laugh with, we can cry with, you know, even just hang out with late at night, early in the morning, you know, whatever time of day I know I can call you. And that's what really matters. I love you, man. I really do. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.